Happy Valentine's Day, fire signs. Let me know in the comments if this delivery method works for you or how you feel about it. I know people want to see me. They also want to see the cards. They want to see me talk my way through it. So I'm trying something new this Valentine's Day. Okay. Well, the very first two cards I pulled are Secret Admirer and Winter. Let's just ignore the second two cards in that top row for right now. The very first feeling that I got was that there's somebody that's watching. That's why I pulled two clarifying cards. I go by my seasons, and where I live, it is currently winter. So it's saying that there's somebody that's watching right now, somebody that's kind of like lingering in the background. So I pulled two clarifying cards. The next card I pulled says lustbound. So it's somebody who, well, there's obviously a strong sexual attraction. That's why for fire signs only, I pulled a fourth card because I wanted to make sure, like, is this creepy? What area, what direction are we going here? No, I feel that it's saying that there's somebody that you've had an intimate connection with already. So it can be anything from kissing or flirting to total intimacy. I have to keep it PG here, but it's reciprocal. You've already established some kind of connection romantically. And you may feel that this person doesn't care, or that you're just watching them, but they're not watching you. What I'm getting is that that's not the case. If they've been staying back, it's for a reason. But they think about you all the time. So the next card that I pulled says telepathy. You're never far from my mind. And that is why I pulled that fourth card, because when I was just getting started and I'm like, Winter, Secret Admirer, and then Lustbound, I'm like, okay, which way is this going? Somebody here wants to mend the relationship with you. They want to be back in your good graces. And it's saying with this angel oracle deck that they're going to make their move very soon. I feel it does say clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I feel that they've already decided, but they're cleaning up some things in their life, and that's just something that I'm getting intuitively, like the reason why they've been staying back. So if you feel this type of energy towards somebody, you're not forgetting them and you're kind of staying in the shadows, it's because your life isn't completely together and you are scared to take any more on. That is just what I'm feeling. But it's saying that they haven't been happy in that space. So they've been working on cleaning up their life for them, for themselves. And that's actually the way that we're supposed to do it. That's actually very high vibe for a masculine energy, to be like, you know what, I'm going to get my affairs in order and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do it right this time. That's an energy that should be rewarded, not punished. And the reason why I'm saying punished is because with the branded, it says, this is the advice for the divine feminine. Okay. It says, what other people think about me is none of my business. I choose to let it go now. Branded. This card represents a woman who may have internalized other people's thoughts, feelings, and actions. So you could actually feel like you have some sort of reputation, and maybe this person has always seen past it. And then when things didn't work out between the two of you, it's a hard blow. You're like, wow, you're the one person in my corner. Or if you're like, no, that doesn't pertain to me, it could just be that the fact that this person didn't come forward, or they never took it past the first date, or it didn't play out the way that you thought that it would, that you internalized that in some way and have let that make you feel bad about yourself. Let's see here. But what I'm picking up is that this person's actions are a direct reflection of where they're at in their life, and that's it. It really has nothing to do with you. but let's just pull one more card. I just want to pull one more card. Future, shift your focus onto the present rather than what's ahead. The future is not meant to be known. But what I get when I pull this card of, when I pull this card of future, because it says to shift your focus into the present, there are a lot of messages in this card. And what it tells me is it's not about the future not needing to be known. It's about if you're looking back or forward, you're not paying attention to what's right now. And that's where your mindset needs to be. Mourning. I realize that all endings are opportunities to start anew. This is the card of grief. And that's really what I felt. Even though it said future, it said shift your focus into the present. My first thing was not about, which if you are getting too many readings, because that can be one way that looking at into the future could be negative, is if you're getting too many readings and you're focused more on what's going to happen instead of actually allowing yourself to heal and grieve from the past, then this is a message from spirit to not do that. Okay. But what I initially felt was being too far stuck in the past. And that's what I feel this clarifying card message. So there's a need to release. If you know who I'm talking about, that's great. If you don't know who I'm talking about, that's why this message is very general. What it is saying is, you have to focus on your energy. And so if our energy says, like, I am super resistant, I don't forgive, once you've done me wrong, you're going to have to jump through hoops and do all this, that, and the other thing to ever get me to look in your direction again. Who's going to come and apologize to that? It would take a very strong person. Some people may be able to, but many people are intimidated by that energy, or they're put off by that energy, and they're just like waiting for like a glimpse or a glimmer or a sparkle of hope, and then they'll come right in. So if you don't know who this person is that is thinking about you all the time and has been diligently doing the work so that they can reconcile with you, just start focusing on any past grievances, things that weigh heavy on your heart, and work on experiencing it and releasing it. And it's not about forgetting. It's just about being able to think about that situation without it immediately creating this negative emotional response. That's what you want to release, because healing energy manifests more healing. Forgiveness manifests opportunities to forgive. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this person doesn't have to apologize. It's just about putting that energy out there. In the meantime, if you're like, well, how can I make this happen? Well, I feel like Spirit's saying that this is a situation that's already set in motion. There's actually not anything you really need to do. It's going to happen very soon. I feel like they've already been, like, there's already been something that this feeling that I've got here is like, there's just already been some sort of communication. There's already been something between the two of you. But then you're like, but then they didn't do any more. They just said whatever they said, and now I haven't heard from them in X amount of time, or this happened, and it doesn't seem to make logical sense to you. But what it's telling me is that it doesn't need to. It's going to happen relatively quickly, and as it does, it's just all going to make sense why things had to play out the way that they did, and you're going to be stronger for it. I'm just feeling a need to pull one more card. I did 10 minutes for everybody else. Okay, so it is saying wedding and children. So both of these cards are letting me know that when we talk about this masculine energy, why he hasn't been coming forward, or what it is that he needs to get in order. This person could be married, or they could just have a crazy ex that it's like she doesn't want to let go of his arm. He's like looking forward. She's looking at him, and she's like, nope, like, I'm here. So it's an ex, or children from a past relationship, or both, that this man has had to figure out what he needs to do for his past family so that he can be released. You know, yeah, we can always blame the ex, we can always blame the kids, it can always be everybody else's fault, but the reality of any situation is that our reality is purely a reflection of the environments that we create, the standards that we set, the boundaries that we lay. So they're not a helpless victim in their own life. And right where I split the deck, it says healing family issues. So I went further. But that to me is the validation that we needed to see. So I had said before, because look at the cards aren't even there. I just pulled these cards live. I had said initially that I felt that this person was getting their affairs in order so that they could actually move forward and come back and do things right. And then I pulled the wedding and children as the reason, as the holdup, right? So a past family situation, and the clarifying message says healing family issues. This person is taking care of business. They are doing what they are supposed to do so that they can have a better future. There, you might feel like this has sucked for you, but I feel like it has sucked, sorry for a lack of better words, for them the most. It has been very difficult for them to be in the middle. It's been very difficult for them to find love and not be able to appreciate it, or move forward in it, or feel stuck or trapped in their own life. And they may have actually played the victim much of the time in the past. But what I'm seeing is that for my fire signs, you guys have somebody in your energetic sphere that's coming in with good intentions, ready to make things right. So let me know in the comments if this message resonates. Happy Valentine's Day.